What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, you all are going to watch me critique my very own cold call. So I already spoken with this individual and I just have the call recording. So I'm going to go over it with you all, show you all different things that I did in order to get like the motivation out of the seller or like the condition of the property, timeline to sell, and other factors that you need in order to know if a seller is motivated or not. Also, I'm going to talk about different things I could have done better and things that I did pretty well, because we're always improving. Someone can be 10, 20 years experience in this field, but yet they are still getting training because they're still making mistakes. So no matter what level you are, it's still good to get healthy criticism, and I'm just going to critique myself. So if you all don't mind, be sure to like this video, subscribe, comment down below, and let's head right into the call.
Do what?
Hi, yeah, this is Matthew. I called in regards to your property. I saw that you called our number off our yellow postcard you got in the mail. Just seeing if you're open to a cash offer on your property.
Everything's for sale for the right price.
All right, so two things I want to point out real quick. On call rail, it says the percentage time that you spoke and the customer spoke, and it says I spoke 69% of the time. And usually you want the customer to speak more, but don't beat yourself up, because with this particular customer or seller, this person that's just their personality. Sometimes you just deal with different personalities who don't talk much, who just likes to go straight to the point. And I kind of dealt with that with this seller. And then he started by saying, okay, anything's for sale for the right price. And that's not always the best indicator of motivation, but it's still good to explore.
Sir. All right. Can you tell me a little bit about the property and what you're looking for?
What I'm looking for. You're the one that called me.
Right. Exactly, but you were saying the right price and different things like that. But so can you tell me a little bit about the property, like the beds and baths and just the layout of it?
Oh, 3 barriers.
All right, so you all, perfect example of how to deal with, I guess, a rejection from the seller. Because he answers saying, you know, why are you calling me? Why are you asking me these questions? You called me. You saw how I kind of handled that. I was all like, yeah, of course. I went, I'll give you that offer, and I just went right back to the same question. Like, I just went back, tell me a little bit about the house, just to open up the conversation a little bit more. And I think I was asking how much he is wanting to a little bit, so I just ignored that question and just went straight to the property details. So that's a good way to pivot, you all. Just be like, yeah, of course, just agree with the seller and then just go back to what you were talking about.
Have you been able to do any updates or repairs within the past 5 years? Let's say like the kitchen or bathroom within the past 5 years?
So we're talking
Oh,
about
no.
repairs now.
Only update is it's got new Hulko windows in it.
Okay. All right, so how long have you owned the property for?
I was born and raised there.
Okay. So a lot of memories.
Yes.
Just try and build a little bit of rapport.
And I guess with the property currently, are you using it as an investment or is it your primary residency?
Pretty much investment, just holding on to it. I've got some property up in Meigs County I'm getting ready to build on in the next year, so it could be available.
Okay. Do you have renters in there?
No.
So right now, that's the situation. He has a property. He's looking to move to build a house somewhere. And so I'm trying to gauge where he's at with his motivation, right? What are we doing here? What's the point of this call? Can we actually go somewhere with this call? Or do I have to wait a year until we can buy this property?
This property, I saw that you called, but you didn't leave a voicemail with like the property information.
So a lot of times people call your number off your postcard, but they don't leave a voicemail. Always call those numbers back. And so I'm now asking for the address after about 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the call. I'm asking for the property address because I build rapport first. I don't want to just from the first 10 seconds, say, what's your address? You know, I built that rapport first, and then I ask for the address so I can make sure where this person is, the type of property, and different things like that.
So how long has it been vacant for?
Oh, it's not, it's not vacant. My son lives there, and I'm there back and forth.
Okay. All right. And I guess, is your son possibly aware that you may be open to selling the property?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now we talked about, the state of the house. His son lives there. He's aware that he's interested in selling, and that's good to know. That's a good question to ask your seller. Hey, are your tenants kind of aware that you might be open to selling and they may have to look for another place, different things like that? So that does two things. Number one, it puts in the seller's mind that they are wanting to sell, and hopefully to you. And number two, just so you can be aware of what you're dealing with. Do you have to evict someone? Will you have to go down the road of, helping the seller get the tenant out of their house? And you just want to be in the know of everything, right? So you don't have to face these complications when it comes to closing.
Let's say, we're able to work something now, or you get a good offer that you want to move forward with. Do you know how soon you're looking to sell?
So it talked about the condition of the property. Seems like everything is good, just needs some updating, no major repairs. And then I'm asking about the timeline to sell so I can get more of the motivation. Seems like he's wanting to move, like we heard earlier, build some houses somewhere. But let's hear more on, the timeline to sell.
Oh, like I said, for the right price, I could just be out of there in a couple months.
Couple months.
Maybe 90 days.
So 90 days. I don't know if 90 days is how does that gauge the motivation scales? I put that as a medium motivation, not high motivation, because he said couple of months, 90 days. And in the seller's mind, that may be a little bit more. But it's still a lead. It's still someone I'm going to follow up with, but that's their timeline to sell. And if we would, let's say within a week or two, agree upon something, I could possibly buy the house and get it under contract and close on it and have something in the contract where they have to have this amount of days to move out or pay me this amount of rent or something like that. Just so I can secure the deal in this hot market. So one thing that I know I could have worked on was sometimes when I ask questions, I'm answering it while I'm asking it. Like I'm saying, why do you need 90 days? Is it because you need time for your son to move out? Because he talked about my son. Yes, it's good that I'm showing that I'm listening, but at the same time, I need to let him answer that. And that's something that I can work on. There are cases where that can work. Like you can be like, okay, what's the condition of the property? The roof and stuff like that. But don't answer it for them. And that's good for you all to learn too.
And so you say you lived there your whole life. You were born and raised there.
Well, got married, moved off. Parents passed away, came back.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to build rapport.
Born and raised.
All right.
And it's around my area, so I've been here for the past 10 years.
That's where I've been living for the past 10 years. So just right around the corner.
Just showing where I'm at and different things like that, building rapport. So kind of getting away from the house.
Of course, you were saying anything's for sale. I'm an investor just like you.
But now I'm back at the price, talking about the house.
Just wanted to know, what's that right price for this property in its as-is current condition?
So with this call, I brought up things that he was saying before, because I was all like, hey, you said that you want something for the right price. Anything's for sale for the right price. What is that right price for you? All right, you all, it's good to regurgitate what the seller told you, right? And ask them and see how they respond.
No, I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue that you're. I'm a printer. You're in real estate, so come up with a figure and call me back.
Okay.
All right. So you have this response that you may get from some of your sellers. They say, hey, I do this and that. I'm not in real estate. You give me the price. You're the expert. You give me the price. And this is how I responded. I said, yeah, of course. So you always say yes to the seller whenever they ask you a question or if you can do something. It's a good idea to say yes and try to figure it out.
Yeah, I just want to base off my estimates
Yeah.
off of what you're looking for the property. I mean, do you have any idea what, you may be looking for the property to, be able to make that decision?
All right. So obviously I said, yeah, I can give you a price. It's just based off of my estimates on what you are saying. And so that's how I base my numbers. Hit them right back with the same exact question. What price are you looking for? So you can still ask them that question because you want them to name a price first. That's me asking them twice already. So let's see how he responds the second time.
Nah, not really. I've been gonna get the wheels moving on it. Have it I've not really been serious on it, but now I've got a daughter moving to Nashville to go to PA school, and I'm wanting to move further out in the country. So now, it just yesterday or the day before when I got your card in the mail, it just kind of got my wheels turning.
So he didn't answer it again, but I got some good insights from him. His daughter is moving to Nashville and he needs money to help pay for her, I don't know, like schooling or something. So that's another motivation that I can bring up and pinpoint or whatever to, say, hey, I have this money. You can get this so you can help your daughter out, so you can move out to the country. So he's just naming out his motivation. I never asked, why are you interested in selling? But from this conversation so far, we know why he is motivated to sell. And then we started building rapport for another 2-3 minutes, you all. He talked about where he worked, how he does yearbooks at this university, and how I actually went to that university. And yeah, just built rapport.
I really do like to base my number off of what the property owner, the seller, is looking for, so I can, put them in a position where they can move on to their next, property.
So I'm back again asking about the price. How much do you want for your property, man? Let me know.
So, I mean, do you know from the sale of this house how much you are wanting, to be able to contribute to that? And of course, this is the as-is condition, because of course we'll be going into the house, fixing it up, updating it, and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have, probably a number in mind?
250.
Boom, got the price. It took me 3 times to get it, 3 tries, but I got it. 3 strikes, you're out. I got the price. At 250, I don't think it's a deal for me, but I need to get it below 200. So let's see how I respond.
Yeah, I think for us, we love properties that need a little bit of love that we can work on. I think 250 would be the price we would want to sell it at, all fixed up as an investor. And so for us, that would be like our market price. And since we're buying it as is, when we need to update the kitchen, the bathrooms, and everything, we love to put new flooring. After we do all that, we would probably sell it at 250, just looking at the market and knowing what we bought for around that area. I think we will be our price, in its as is current condition. Will you consider an offer around $180,000?
So I submitted my cash offer. I said, hey, would you accept the price around $180,000? Which is a good price, honestly.
You'd have to hit the 200 mark for me.
He said you had to hit the 200 mark for me. Do you all understand that? Like, he's already down 50 grand.
Okay, that might possibly be pushing it for us. Is it possible that I can view the property sometime this week?
All right, boom. So you all, I just, I didn't respond really to his number. I just said, that might be pushing it for us because I'm at 180. He's at 200. I want to stay firm at 180, 100%. But I know at 200 it can be a deal. But I want to stay at 180. And so I'm all like, I don't know, that's pushing it for us. And then I want to set up an appointment.
I'm going to be in and out until after the 19th.
Well, yeah, it was good speaking with you, Miss Matthew. Once again, I'm an investor. We buy properties around here, and we, would love to see what we can do to work something out here. But yeah, I'll just keep in touch, and we can go from there.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you all. So that's the end of the video. I actually asked another time, I was like, hey, can you all send any photos? And he was all like, no, it's better that I'm just there on the 19th. So I asked 3 times, 3 different ways, if I can view the property somehow before the 19th. But he was very firm on his decision, so I just let it be. And so I'm just going to follow up with him after the 19th, see what I can do and view the property. So you all, this was a video of me critiquing my cold call. Let me know what you all think of this video and this video format, if I should do more of them, or maybe I can have you all send in some of your audio files that I can document and critique and go from there. Because you all know I have a ton of cold calling videos on this channel that you all enjoy and that you all learn from. So be sure to like this video, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.